Hey! Hey there! Hi.
Hello,
everybody. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, welcome back to my retro game shelf, and this is going to be the start of a new series. Actually, you know what? Before I go any further, I think I'm going to change my shirt so I don't get confused with all these pissing clones that are running around. Jeez. I'll be back in a second. Welcome to a new series called Alternative Gaming Realities, or Alternate Gaming Realities. I haven't decided on a title yet, but when this video is up on YouTube, then the title will have been decided, and all that good jazz. So, what is this going to be about? First, before I tell you what it's going to be about, I'd like to give a big thanks to PC Wizard 13. He won my 200 subscriber contest, and he came up with an idea for a new show that I could do weekly, sort of weekly, bi-weekly, bi-weekly, and that is a show where I ask a what if scenario and give my opinions on what the world might be like if that happened. And as it's called Alternate Gaming Realities, I might throw a bit of footage in there of what the world might be like if it did happen. So the first episode is going to be about Halo. That's right, Halo. Okay, calm down, guys. Calm down, guys. I'm not a fan of it either, except for him over there. He seems to be a fan. But the question is, would Xbox still exist without Halo? Because as we all know, Halo was going to be developed for PS2 and Dreamcast, and then Microsoft decided to buy a 20% share in Bungie, and it became an Xbox exclusive title. Well, that's for consoles anyway. It still came out on PC and Mac. So, would Microsoft still be in the console business, and would Xbox still exist without Halo?
Halo's amazing, and the only reason it's amazing is because it's on Xbox. That's it, Xbox is the best. Sony and Sega suck. Xbox.
Just a what if scenario. There's nothing to do with who's better and Sega and Sony sucking all that.
No, Halo's Xbox. There's not going to be any different.
Oh, calm down, you stupid fanboy.
Jeez. I'm not a fanboy. I love you, I don't know.
This is my show. Sit down!
As we all know, Halo was the killer app for Xbox. Xbox was just another gaming console until Halo came along, and then Halo was Xbox. I mean, you couldn't get Halo on any other console except for Xbox, and it drew people to the Xbox. It drew people to this. It drew people to this gigantic monstrosity. This is what it drew people to. Halo drew people to the Xbox. Now, without Halo, I think the Xbox would have been like the Dreamcast is in this reality. Bit of a failure, but not because of bad decisions. The Dreamcast was a bit of a failure because of bad decisions by Sega, and not because it didn't have a killer app. It had a lot of good games, the Dreamcast, and so did the Xbox, but I don't think the Xbox would have been as popular without Halo. I still think Microsoft would be in the console business, but because they've already made a console and it's Microsoft. They're in something, they just stay in it forever. I mean, they'd still be in the console race nowadays if Halo wasn't on the Xbox. I've got to put this thing down, it's breaking my arms. But I don't think it would have been as popular. And I think because of that, the Xbox 360 would have suffered, and it wouldn't have been as worked on as much as it was, and it wouldn't be as popular as it was today. And then I think because of that, about now is when the 360 would have really suffered from not having Halo as its killer app on the original Xbox. And if that would have happened, I don't think we would have seen another console after the 360 from Microsoft. I think they would have just gone back to creating crap operating systems. Windows 8. Oh, I got a bit of a thing on my phone there. But that's my thought on it. I mean, would it have changed Sony at all? Would Sony have been different? Would they have gone all Halo out? And I don't know. And even if it came out on Dreamcast, would that have been the Dreamcast killer app? Would we still be seeing Sega making consoles? Maybe, maybe. Although I'm not confident on that one, because by the time Halo did come out for Xbox, the Dreamcast was already dead. But that means nothing. I mean, it takes a long time to develop for another console when it was already being developed for PS2 and Dreamcast. So maybe Halo would have saved the Dreamcast. Quite might have done. I think it would have, really. If Halo had come out on Xbox, on Dreamcast, I think the Dreamcast may have lasted longer than it did. And I don't think Sega would still be making consoles. I think the Dreamcast may have been their last, or they may have attempted another one, and we would have a Sega console in the current generation. But the reason the Dreamcast died was because of bad decisions by Sega, not because it didn't have good games. The Dreamcast died because of bad decisions Sega made with the Saturn and the add-ons for the Mega Drive, and it just kept on, and people didn't want the Dreamcast because of those decisions they made with the previous consoles. That's why it died. Halo might have saved it. I mean, if Sega had bought a 20% share in Bungie, maybe there would be no Microsoft now. Maybe there would be the Sega 360, I don't know, Dreamcast 360, Mega Cast? I don't know, but I don't think it would have been end of Xbox. I think Microsoft would have carried on making consoles called Xbox. But it would have been a completely different scenario as what it is today. Sega's still in the race for making consoles. That would be cool. Not sure how cool, because it's hard to imagine Sega still in the console business. I mean, what third-party developers and publishers would they have? They have no EA. They'd have no Rockstar, I doubt, because I assume the Rockstar would have gone PS2, Xbox, and then Dreamcast. No, Sega would just shit on us. And they wouldn't have gone to Dreamcast. But I'm going off on a tangent now, but it's nice to think about the Halo coming out on the Dreamcast. It's good to think about. I don't have much else to say. I mean, the question I started off with was, would Xbox exist without Halo? That's the base question, and I think yes. Yes, it would. It wouldn't be as popular as it is now, and the original Xbox, I think, would have sold a lot less consoles, and it would have been way behind Nintendo with a GameCube, way behind Sony with a PS2, and maybe behind Sega with the Dreamcast, because the Xbox was Microsoft's first console and they were new to the business, so people didn't want to buy it until Halo came along. Yes, Xbox would still exist, and so would the 360. 360 would still be made without Halo, I feel. And the sole reason is because it's Microsoft. They enter the console business. They aren't just going to disappear after one console. That's my thoughts. I mean, wouldn't have sold as well, but they would still be in the console business. So, with that being said, what do you think? Would Xbox still exist without Halo? Would we still be playing Halo on the Xbox? Or would we be playing Halo on the PS3, on the Wii, on Sega's console that never came? Would we be playing it on the PC and Mac? Because even before it was being developed for the Dreamcast and PS2, I think it was a Mac title, a Mac exclusive title. I read about that somewhere, I'm not sure. But could we be playing Halo 3 or whatever the new one is, Halo 4 I guess, on the PC. If Microsoft didn't buy a 20% share in Bungie, who knows? Why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your opinions on it, and if you do have an opinion, just make a video, leave it as a response down below, and I will read them all, and in the next alternate gaming realities I will pick them out and show highlights of the ones I think were best. Highlights is like a Formula 1 race or something, isn't it? So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for putting up with these fucking clones. Pisses me off, really pisses me off that people feel the need to invade my space. Even if it's me invading my own space. I'll catch you next time.